I don't know, Charmander. You're pretty friendly. Possibly, but let's forget about that and let's talk about the other possibility of Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil making it in to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Welcome everyone, this is AndresRestart, and we're just going to be doing some speculation about Leon S. Kennedy making it in to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a part of the Fighters Pass. Now there's quite a few reasons why I think Leon S. Kennedy is a really good fit. For starters, Leon S. Kennedy is greatly cherished by Nintendo fans. Leon S. Kennedy was the starring character for Resident Evil 4, which is a timed exclusive for the GameCube, and Resident Evil 4 is considered by many to be one of the greatest horror games of all time. It is one of the most popular Resident Evil games. I think it is the most popular Resident Evil game. It's been like on every single platform out there, including the Nintendo Switch. So if Resident Evil were to be represented, Leon S. Kennedy would definitely be the character that would be in. However, I could easily see a situation where if Resident Evil were to be represented, it wouldn't just be Leon. It could maybe be a hero situation where we get multiple Resident Evil characters, at least just one more character, and that would be Jill Valentine, so we could have both a male and female character from Resident Evil. But regardless, whatever happens, if there's going to be a Resident Evil character in Smash Bros., Leon will definitely be in. But then why Resident Evil? Why should Resident Evil be represented? Well, the thing is, out of all the Capcom games that can maybe be represented, Resident Evil is one of the most popular, biggest ones that have a huge history with the industry. Super Smash Bros. Has become more about a celebration of gaming. Just look at the third-party characters we've gotten. Ken and Ryu, those are Capcom representatives. Also Mega Man as well. But then we also have Pac-Man and Cloud and the Bellmounts from Castlevania. And now with the Fighters Pass, we're getting Banjo-Kazooie, the hero from Dragon Quest, and Joker from Persona. All of these characters are from really big franchises that tell a story about the history of gaming. It's a big deal. So I would say that if there's gonna be a franchise that makes sense, Resident Evil, one of the earliest and most popular and best survival horror games, it would make sense to have it represented in Smash Bros. Because Smash Bros. Doesn't really have too much horror representation yet, and Resident Evil would definitely be the right fit. On top of that, Capcom and Nintendo have a very strong relationship. We've already gotten Ken and Ryu and Mega Man, and there's also the Rathalos. There's a lot of Capcom representation already. But that can kind of go either way, right? You could say they already have enough, they don't need another character. That makes sense, that's fair. But I also think it says that Capcom and Nintendo are very willing to work together. We're getting tons of games coming out from Capcom this year. Yes, a lot of them are ports, but they are games, and there's a lot of them, and they're coming. And also, if you want to buy into the whole color theory, some people are thinking there needs to be a character to be representing blue, and Resident Evil could definitely represent like a dark blue. I could kind of see that maybe. But that's not really too big of a crazy theory. I'm not going to buy too much into that, but I'm just bringing it up because this is just a speculation video where I'm bringing up different possibilities. But there's also the whole Mii costume theory, and we still haven't gotten back the Mii costumes from Capcom from Smash for Wii U, so maybe we are going to be getting a Capcom representative because we still don't have those Mii costumes yet. And I think if there's gonna be a franchise that's represented from Capcom, Resident Evil makes the most sense. Horror has yet to been represented in Smash Brothers. It's probably one of the last really big Capcom franchises that haven't been represented in Smash Brothers yet. They have a huge history with the industry. I would definitely go with Resident Evil over other options like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, or Okami, or Devil May Cry, but those are all really cool, by the way. If they were to be represented, I'd be happy with that too. I'm just saying that Resident Evil is the biggest, most historical one. And I guess I'll just bring it up because some people will probably bring it up in the comments. Why does it have to be a third-party character? Well, look at the three we have already. They're all third-party characters. What Reggie suggested about all these characters being in the game, being completely new to the series, that doesn't confirm third-party characters, but it pretty much spells it out as a high likelihood. And the first three are all third-party, so I would say the trend suggests that there could be another, maybe two more. Does that mean that I don't want a first-party character? No, I want one, and Nintendo could throw a curveball and there could still be one, but I do think it's a fairly safe prediction to say that there's going to be at least one more third-party character, maybe two, to complete the Fighter's Pass. So Leon S. Kennedy is the most popular character from Resident Evil, especially among Nintendo fans. Resident Evil is the biggest Capcom franchise. Based off the whole Mii costume theory and the relationship between Nintendo and Capcom, they are a great candidate to be getting another representative in the Fighter's Pass, and on top of that, we've been getting a lot of Resident Evil games this year. So for all of those reasons, I think there's a pretty good chance Leon S. Kennedy could be making it into the Fighter's Pass. But I have another interesting idea. So we recently got confirmation that there's going to be a physical release of Resident Evil 4 coupled with a digital code for 5 and 6 within the boxing, and that's coming out on October 29th, which is my birthday, by the way, 2 days before Halloween. Now, why is this a big deal? It isn't necessarily a big deal on its own, but we know that the hero will be released by the summertime, and that Banjo-Kazooie is scheduled to come out in the fall. I'm expecting one more big Nintendo Direct. When would that be? September? September's definitely a good date for that. I would be inclined to agree, but I would say that the next Smash character after Banjo would come out around winter time. So that character would probably need to be revealed a couple months before that, so a couple months before winter time could maybe fall around the September-October time. Now, if you think about all the announcements we've gotten recently, and we're at the end of July, do we really need a Nintendo Direct in September? We kind of know pretty much everything there is to know about all of the games that are coming up to that point, including Link's Awakening and of course the Switch Lite. So do we really need a Nintendo Direct in September for that? I don't think we need a Nintendo Direct for games coming up by September, but I do think there needs to be a Nintendo Direct to sort of talk a little bit more about games that are coming out after September, like Pokemon, like Luigi's Mansion. And like last year, the September Nintendo Direct did reveal Luigi's Mansion and Animal Crossing, so we probably are going to be due for some more pretty cool announcements from Nintendo around the September time. But maybe it won't be in September. I could easily see that Direct moving up a little bit, maybe in October, to starve us fans just a little bit more, because Nintendo likes to really make us sweat about these Nintendo Directs. So maybe it'll be in October, maybe it'll be close to that October time, like when that Resident Evil game is coming out. Maybe it won't be that late. My point being, by this point, Banjo-Kazooie may come out, and it may be time to reveal the next character. It kind of lines up is what I'm trying to say. If there's a Nintendo Direct in October, I feel like a Nintendo Direct in October would be a good bet to reveal the 4th character in the Fighter's Pass, and with a Resident Evil triple pack coming out at the end of October, you know, you kind of see, you got the Halloween feeling, you got the horror genre that is Resident Evil, the Nintendo Direct. I think it makes sense. It would be a good fit. The timing kind of works out in terms of when you need to reveal the next character, and by that time, Banjo-Kazooie will have likely have come out or be close to coming out. The timing works out. So maybe it'll happen. Maybe. And I want to point out that for Persona, we are getting the Persona 5 Scramble thing. For the hero from Dragon Quest, we are getting Dragon Quest XI's this year, and there are rumors suggesting a Banjo-Kazooie game of some sort on the Switch as well. So, considering all the Resident Evil games coming to Switch this year, I feel like it'd be a pretty safe thing to say that, hey, idea of there being a game for each third-party character to come out in the Fighter's Pass, that's already been satisfied for Resident Evil. So let's say the speculation is correct and Leon S. Kennedy makes it into Smash Brothers. How would he play? Would he make sense? I mean, after all, he's kind of from a mature series. Would that really be something that could be represented in Smash Brothers? I mean, I kind of think so. I mean, we already have some characters that have done some gruesome things that are already in Smash Bros. I mean, just look at how Ridley was revealed. That was pretty gruesome in and of itself, but we even have characters with guns like Bayonetta and Snake and Joker. So I think they could definitely pull off Leon, or any Resident Evil character in Smash Brothers. And Leon has an assortment of moves. It's not just guns. He has his knife, he has the suplex moves and the kicks and all those really cool things right there. But there are an assortment of really cool guns. Of course, you have his handgun, the hand cannon, and the broken butterfly, but you also have that electrical PRL gun that could like shoot like shock waves. You have his grenades like the incendiary grenade and the flash grenade and the frag grenade, and of course his special could be getting up on a helicopter and shooting a rocket launcher. All that together could make for a pretty good moveset. Not to mention for jump, Leon could probably have some sort of catapult, and maybe they could even throw in the harpoon that Leon used to fight the giant fish monster in the lake. I think those are all possibilities. There's tons they could do here. Maybe he could even have a healing move by combining herbs. Maybe they could do something with that as well. Because as we've seen with all these third-party characters, Sakurai definitely puts a lot of time and detail into sort of paying homage to the mechanics from each game. I mean, just look at the hero, for example. So I think there's definitely plenty of moveset potential for Leon. I think Leon is a great fit for Smash Brothers. I think it'd be really cool, and I think it could maybe happen. The timing kind of works out as well, I think. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is just my speculation. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.